This is about holding space. What I'm noticing is that there are a lot of people in the world right now that are latching onto the trend of holding space for other people. Holding space is a very modern term of a practice known as emotional holding, where you're able to be emotionally supportive by being present no matter what shows up when somebody is going through a process. When you're holding space, what we are doing is committing to being present for the person. When we are being committed to being present for the person, we are not judgmental about what comes up. Because the nature of how trauma works out is something that is unpredictable and actually very difficult to describe and even write about. But to put in a very easy term, anything could possibly happen when somebody releases the things that they need to let out. As a result of that, most people will have a fear of being judged if they release in a particular way, such as cry, especially if you were told not to cry, or to scream because you were told to keep quiet, or to express your emotions when they were told or educated or trained or conditioned to believe that their emotions did not matter. It is super important that the space holder remains hyper vigilant in being present and allowing whatever to come up, because the reality is it doesn't matter what anyone's emotional state is or what they want to let go of. The truth is, this is in their way of their expansion, of being who they want to be in the moment and who they want to be in their lives. It is a distraction and a dishonor to the expression of someone's spirit. What I find really irritating, and something that I really want to highlight through this video, is that there are many people out there who claim to be space holders, but the moment that an individual does something that they disapprove of, they cut this person out of their lives, cut this person out of their social circles. This has actually happened to me a number of times within the yoga industry, where I have developed close relationships with other practitioners who claim to be holding space for me, but the second I do something that they disapprove of, such as eat a particular thing or even eat in a particular way, they judge me and they cut me out. This is not holding space. This is a judgmental attitude. You cannot have a judgmental attitude when you're coming into the position of being a space holder. And if you do not have the capacity to hold space for whatever there is to come up, then you are not ready to hold space for trauma. You're just not. When somebody is moving through their trauma, they are willing to behave in a way where they've never dared to behave before. However you respond, will count towards their evolution. One of the best ways to hold space is to breathe very deeply and make it very obvious that you are breathing deeply and being present for the person who is speaking, who is releasing, who is in need of your support. It is super important not to overly fidget or distract the person from their process of unwinding and letting go. Many practitioners that I work with become very emotional when they're connecting to another person having a releasing moment. When you, as the practitioner who is holding space, feel the depth of vulnerability or whatever it is that you're feeling when somebody goes through that process, you may have moments of wanting to cry, or you may feel upset in the variety of ways where we can feel upset. Allow yourself to be upset, because when you are with that feeling, with that emotion, you are with them. What that means is that when they're sad and you feel sad, be sad with them. Don't try to hide your sadness. Actually, by you allowing yourself to move into those feelings, the person who's being held will feel it. Here's a simple example. If one of your beloveds, a family member, one of your best friends, somebody that you're close to goes through a process, a change in their lives, you go with them, you listen to them, You allow them to feel the way that they are feeling, no matter what. We allow our best friends to express themselves in whatever way, and we allow them to do that in whatever environment they see fit to do it in, and we're super supportive of that. That's how you hold space. So we all have the very natural ability to do it, but if you decide or you are claiming that you do it professionally, then do so in a way where you're not judging. And know that when you do cut people out just because of what they're processing and what they go through whilst they're processing it, you are not holding space, you are being judgmental. You are projecting your way of how a human being should be onto them, which is very similar to being a politician or a religious leader, even a cult leader.